Welcome, everybody, to the How to Manage Your Moods with Essential Oils webinar tonight. So I'm going to give everyone a little bit of time to kind of pop on the call, and then we will jump in and get started right away. But I just want to say hello to everybody. So hello, Amy, Donna, Deb, Sissy, Katie, Joellen, Liz, Andrea, Allison. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. We'll kind of just maybe give it another minute or two before we get started. Just do me a favor then too. If you can hear me okay, and then you can see the screen okay, which has how to manage your moods with essential oils, pictures of the 4 oils. I just want you to go into the chat room and just go, yeah, I can hear you okay. Yes, I can see okay. I can see from my end of the screen, but I always want to make sure that 1, you can hear me, and that 2, that you can see the screen okay. So when you have a second, just go ahead and put in the chat, yep, I can see, I can hear, just to make sure that everything's copacetic. And then you're going to see in the chat as well then too that you're able to actually print up a wish list. So I sent this in one of the pre-emails, but if you haven't already, you can print this up right now and have it as your wish list as we go through tonight. Or you can just have a copy maybe opened up on your screen so that you can refer back to that as well then too. Because a lot of people, kind of 2 reasons that I give this. One is, I hate kind of being in a class and it's like, I don't know what the price of things are. So I just like to know up front. I want to be really honest and to show you all this stuff so that you know. And number 2 is I want to have a way to kind of keep track of that. And so this is the reason why I'm going to kind of give you this at the beginning. So Donna said, sounds good. Picture's good. Cool. If I can just get maybe a few more of you just to chime in and let me know that you can see me okay, and or hear okay, and then I'll go ahead and jump in and get started in just a moment. And also welcome to Tammy, who I see is on the call as well then too. Good to have you all here tonight. Cool. Deb says, Andrea, awesome. Okay, so we're going to jump right in. So thank you again so much for being here tonight, ladies. I really appreciate it. I have this wonderful gift that I want to share with you, and it's something that's very simple. It's easy. It's natural. There are immediate benefits that you're going to actually experience with essential oils. And there's going to be a lot of interaction. So I want you to be able to jump on in and put anything in the chat anytime during the webinar tonight. Thank you all so much, Tammy and Allison, for saying you can see and hear, and Liz, thank you, thank you. But yeah, this is an interactive webinar, and so I want you to engage. There might be, if I'm maybe in the middle of going through a point, I might just kind of pause, so I might not be able to go to your question immediately. But by all means, just to make sure to interact throughout that. And this is whether you were obviously all 3 of you, or probably all 11 of you so far that are on the webinar are actually here live. But if you are actually listening and watching this on the recorded replay, then you can also actually go ahead and send me a message through the chat, and I get that through as an email. I'll make sure to respond back to you. But really, you're going to get the most out of the webinar tonight when you really are actually engaged and interact. So here's the deal too. I want you to Joellen's saying lots of buffering. That's a tough one, Joellen. That can actually be your internet connection. So I'm so sorry. I always get at least one person at webinars that's kind of like, oh, you're delayed. Or what I would suggest to do is you maybe like log out and then go back into the webinar room. And sometimes that kind of clears it up as well then too. So before we get started, I want you to turn off Facebook, turn off your phone, don't tweet, don't text, don't multitask, close the door if you're inside a closed room. This is 60 minutes for you, okay, to be fully engaged to discover and learn why I think that everyone should be using essential oils as a really simple tool to be healthy and well for yourself and for your family, and to really learn how easy it is to become a healer in your own home. Now, I never would have thought if you said to me, 5 months ago that I'd be sharing essential oils and want to teach as many people as I possibly could on the planet about how wonderful that they are and how much they've helped my family. But here I am tonight doing just that. First, and I'll give you a little bit of my background in a moment, but as a chiropractor, I get solicited a lot to use, sell, and share all sorts of, you can't see this, but air quote, natural products in my practice. Some are great ones, some are not so good. Most are just not a fit. And to be honest, I say no to pretty much most of them. I said yes to doTERRA. And my hope and my intention is that you'll see why by the end of the class tonight. So there are 3 takeaways that I want you to get from tonight's class. All right. The first is I want you to be able to know what essential oils are by the time that we finish this webinar. I want you to know how you can actually use essential oils so you can be healthiest you, and what we're talking about specifically tonight, which is to be able to use them to help to manage moods. and how you can actually get doTERRA essential oils into your home for you and for your family. Now, whenever I teach any classes, whether they're webinars, I teach Facebook classes, in-person classes, I usually have at least one person that comes up to me afterwards or has said as they kind of, heard me speak, or they've been thinking about essential oils, maybe they've used them in the past, of going through this and thinking, wow, this is something I'd like to do. I'd like to share this with other people and really help others then too. So if that's something that resonates with you, as I'm starting to build my team all around the world right now, then please email me after the class so we can connect. And so we can kind of continue that conversation. All right, so let's continue here then. So my story and my why. So this is a selfie I took of myself and my families. We were going tobogganing a few weekends ago. That's me and obviously my hubby driving. In the back there, who you see all of his face, that's my 4-year-old Tyson, and my youngest son, Tyson, who's about 18 months. So I'm a chiropractor. I've been a chiropractor for 14 years, 12 and a half years in my current practice, which is called Synergy Family Wellness Center in St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. I'm the podcast host and creator of Mom at 41. I'm an adoptive mom to my 2 beautiful boys, Tyson and Kai, who I just introduced earlier, and wife to my amazing hubby, Ed, who is also a chiropractor and also a podcaster as well, too. And now a very proud and excited wellness advocate for doTERRA. So that's my story. But let me just before I get into yours, because I want to hear about your why and your concerns, I want to just give you a little bit of lead up as to how I got here. Because as I just said before, like 4 months ago, if you would have told me I would be doing this right now, I would have been like, I don't think so. That's not really something I want to do or of any interest. But here's what happened. So probably like late fall, my family started getting really sick and run down. And we are a very healthy family. We all get adjusted on a regular basis. We eat real food. We get enough sleep, mostly, not so much my husband and I with all the stuff that we're doing outside of our office. But, for the most part, just sickness and cold stuff is very uncommon. But we were getting coughs and runny noses and tired and cranky. And that was my kids and my husband and myself. And my friend, Dr. Andrea Ryan, who's also a chiropractor in Barrie, Ontario, good friend of mine, had told me about doTERRA actually in the summer. And at first I said no. I'm like, I got too much going on. I'm starting the podcast. I'm blogging, like all this stuff. Like, no, thank you. I don't even have time. And so, and over this time period of building the podcast and the blog and the new website and still running my office and doing other things, I was getting not a whole lot of sleep, lots of stress with it, lots of personal challenges. So by the time, again, late fall, November hit, I was just like, I don't know what else to do. The same things that we usually would do. We're still getting sick. So I'm going to give these essential oils a try. And I did. And what I started to notice happen is that my kids were healthier, even at daycare. And as you know, for a lot of daycares and schools, it's a sick bed of germs, which, germs are okay, but man, the kids are just getting sick so often there. I had more energy, and this was actually not with still not getting a whole heck of a lot more sleep. I actually felt happier. I felt more calm and balanced. And this was even with more things I was adding to my plate with my crazy lifestyle choices. And even my husband was beginning to have some relief from some of the daily digestive discomfort that he experiences with Crohn's disease. So, all these things were happening, and it blew my mind. It was almost kind of hard to believe. Like, I'd be sharing the stories and I tell people, but I'd be saying it and almost like there'd be this disbelief. I was skeptical, which is so weird because that is not my true nature. I'm very trusting and open. And, here's the thing is I couldn't deny the changes I was experiencing and actually seeing within my family. So it is your turn. You get to share now then, everybody. So I'd like to hear why you're here. What are your health concerns for your family? I want you to go in the chat and type that in. What are health concerns that maybe you have for you? What are your goals? Why are you here? What would you like to see? What would you like to get out of the class tonight? And, I want to make sure that whatever your goals are for being here, that we address them. And if not, we're going to private message, we're going to email or connect on Skype and make sure that you do get all your questions and your concerns actually handled. So go ahead and put it in Skype, or pardon me, in the chat, why you're here tonight, what your goals are and what you want to see get out of the class tonight. Kelly's asking, what was the first oil that I used? The first oil was probably peppermint. Now, I went about this really backwards, and we'll talk in a little bit about some of the different essential oils and how to best get them. I didn't really know where to start. I felt a little bit lost. This is why I'm so clear when I go through, this is the best place to start. Here's how you order, and give you all the steps, because I don't want you all to make the same mistakes that I did. But yeah, I think peppermint was the first one that I used. I bought peppermint, lemon, lavender in this little kit, and then I kind of just went from there. So yeah, that was my first one. So yeah, go ahead and put in the chat as to why that you're here tonight, what your goals are, what you'd like to see happen. And that way I can make sure that I address, all of your concerns and your goals for tonight then too. So don't be shy, ladies. You can pop right in there, but let me know why you're here. And also too, that you can keep hearing me, because every once in a while when it's quiet for a second, I'm thinking, I can see that everyone's still on the call. I can see all your names, but can you hear me okay? So go ahead and pop right in, and I'll keep on going. If you guys are shy tonight, I'll get you engaged and chatting soon. You just wait. So Dawn is saying challenging winter. Yeah. Sinus T. Yep. You can probably hear my voice a little bit right now then too. I'm actually a little bit run down, which hasn't happened for a little bit of time, to be quite honest with you. But I've been using lots of my oils, On Guard and diffusing Breathe right now. I got a Breathe cough drop here just in case I start coughing. So it's certainly nice to have them as a tool for sure when you run down. So Allison's new to essential oils. Awesome. Want to learn what's best. Andrea said, my son is ADHD, and so get ideas that are not medications. Yeah. You know what, too? A lot of families are really looking for natural solutions. Look, at essential oils are not used to cure, treat, fix anything. They're really to support the body to be healthy and to function well and properly. And so we'll certainly go. Now, Andrea then too, and also for Liz, for these kind of things that you're talking about then too, these might not be ones that we talk about in this class, especially for focus and ADHD. You talked about, Andrea, but for sure, private message me, remind me at the very end, and we'll connect, and I'll share some of the things that we can do for that. Kenley's saying severe migraines, insomnia, fibromyalgia. Wow, lots of stuff going on. Yeah, good to have you here tonight, Kelly, and hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. Joellen, is it okay to have a daily regime to use oils, or does your body get used to them and they be, that's a really cool question, Joellen. And the answer is no, but I'll ask you this. If you eat good food, you eat real food, and can you ever have too much of that? Can you, if you drink water throughout the day, does your body become less effective with that? If you brush your teeth twice a day and then now you do it 3 times a day, does it mean your teeth are less clean? So I know for some people, they kind of think that if I do too much of something, it's going to be bad. But the answer to that is absolutely no. I've got a very, very regular regime with my oils, and then I'll do different things depending on what's happening with my body. Actually, one of my podcast episodes, the Mom at 41, that was called my daily life with essential oils. Anyone that would like that, just let me know and I'll send you a copy. But I went through, here's all the stuff that I do kind of throughout the day. And it's a process to kind of get there. It doesn't happen all at once for sure. Sissy's saying she'd like to manage menopause without medication, particularly the mood swings. Yeah, this is great. And there is one particular oil then too, which is called Clary Calm, Sissy. It's really helpful for helping to manage hormones. So that would be a good one to add to your wish list. And actually, Andrew, to get back, I'm going to add this for you then too. You had mentioned then for your ADHD, so Intune is one that you'll want to add to your wish list for that then too. Tammy's saying, want to learn how to incorporate natural remedies in a simple form away from many supplements and other remedies. Yeah, it's pretty cool with essential oils. They are very, very easy to use. The fact that they smell good just makes it a little bit, people are more compliant to use them because they smell awesome for the most part. And the effects are really, really that immediate and quick. So awesome. Okay, we're going to keep cruising, guys. You're doing awesome. Thank you all for responding, but I want to make sure that we are able to get in all the material tonight. So let's keep going on. Actually, I'm going to get Kelly. I'm new. Would like to learn more also. Okay, cool. So, I think when it comes to our health, and maybe a lot of you are moms as well, and too, but it's up to us as moms, parents, as friends, as just for ourselves, for the sake of our own health, to take matters into our own hands. Okay. No one's coming to save you. These are simple lifestyle habits that you can begin to implement to help your body feel and function better, and to continue to improve and transform your health. So this is why doTERRA talks about their mission of creating a healer in every home. And I love that. I strongly believe and stand by this mission, and it fits in beautifully with what I do as a chiropractor and my personal philosophy on taking responsibility for and owning your health, because it really is up to us. So let's take a look at health. Where does health actually come from? And I really love that doTERRA talks about this, because I want you ladies, if you get anything tonight, here's the message. There is not an oil that will fix or cure or treat anything. They are really used to support the body. So I get anywhere from 10 to maybe on a class day, like 40 different emails, posts, private messages going, let me, this is what's happening with my health or with my kids, and what are the oils to use? And I've tried these and these aren't, quote, working. But, we got to address basics, right? Doesn't it make sense that we have to take a look at, are we eating real food? You can't be not caring for your basic physiological needs as a human being and think an oil is going to somehow be the magical fix, because it's not going to be. So by all means, we have to make sure we're eating real food. Are we moving on a daily basis? Are we getting good sleep? Are we managing stress and having the tools to do that? And are we reducing the toxins that are going into our bodies and for our kids' bodies? And when it comes to a lot of people, by the time that they actually react, not proactive, but react to what's going, they're already at the point where their body's symptomatic. And, what's really happening is, as opposed to people saying, whether it's an oil or it's a drug or anything else, no one's really wanting to go. And I've been in, the health space for a long period of time. So I'm seeing this real significant shift is people are not just wanting to cover things up or to make a symptom go away, but are really interested in what is the cause and to really get to the root of that. And so that's what excites me a lot about doTERRA, is there really is this shift back to natural solutions, which essential oils falls right into that place. So in 2008, 7 people got together and founded doTERRA, which, by the way, doTERRA means gift of the earth. So they wanted to create these essential oils that were the purest form, unadulterated, meaning that there was no extra stuff in them. We're going to go into what that means in just a moment. And again, focus on root cause, really shifting back to natural solutions. And this was really how doTERRA was created. They wanted to come up with these very, very high quality essential oils to create natural healthcare solutions. And again, in my private practice, in obviously my interaction with people with essential oils all day long, in person and online, that there really is, again, this need to go back to natural solutions. So let's start then first with one of the first things we talked about that I wanted you to get out of tonight's webinar, which is to know what an essential oil is. So I like to show this slide because I think it's pretty cool, but this is a peppermint leaf. So on your left, if you're facing the screen, as you obviously are, that's a peppermint leaf. On the right is that same peppermint leaf, very, very close up, okay, microscopic. And so here's what I want you to take a look at. You see those little white sacs? Okay, so that's actually peppermint. That's the oil that's in that sac. The reason that I show this is that when we take a look at nature, which we can learn a lot from nature, is that those little spiky spores are protecting those peppermint oil sacs. So see, the peppermint plant knows how valuable that oil is, and it wants to protect that at all costs. So I think, again, when we take a look at how this is in nature, there's so much we can learn and why that oil is so valuable. Look, it's built into the plant to be this way. So essential oils are actually derived from plants. So from the seeds, the barks, the leaves, the fruit. They're extracted in different ways, and really, really powerful, very, very safe, and without side effects with that. There are 3 ways that you can actually experience the benefits of essential oils. You can use all 3. You can use one. Okay, but we're going to go through what those are. The first is aromatic. A diffuser is a wonderful way to be able to have the essential oil that's actually in the area that you're in, that you've got going at home or at work. And so you can put the essential oils in a diffuser, which has water in it. And that's going to be either to cleanse the air, to shift mood, which we're going to talk about, to maybe help with pathogens in the air. So, if people are sick and run down. So aromatic is one. It can also be you just you put a couple drops in your hand, rub them together, and you inhale them. Okay, so that's one. Number 2 is topical. So you're going to put it directly onto your skin, and that can be with or without a carrier oil, which we'll talk about that shortly. And you can receive the benefits that way. FYI, one of the best places to put oils topically, and I know if you're new to oils, this sounds really goofy, is the bottoms of your feet. Okay, and the reason why is we have so many pores on the bottoms of our feet. And so they found within the research that when you put essential oils bottoms of the feet, that your body absorbs that in every single cell in the body within 20 minutes. Isn't that crazy? So that's why people have such a significant response to essential oils, because it actually starts to shift that quickly. And the third is internal. So not all the oils, but some you can actually take internally. Now, I always mention this when I teach classes. And I want to make sure this is really clear. Please do not go and take an oil that's not a doTERRA oil, one that's a certified pure therapeutic grade. Go to the drugstore and pick up one and start to actually take it internally. Okay, there has to be the right grade, which we'll talk about then shortly, for you to actually take it internally. Those ones might be okay on the skin, but they're not to actually take it internally. And I have a few people, in case you're asking me, that will say, well, what's the research on taking it internally, and is it safe, and yada yada. And there's tons of stuff, but here's the deal. Do you feel comfortable taking it internally? Don't take it internally. You can put it topically in the body, and you can diffuse it, and you can actually smell it aromatically. Okay, so these are the 3 ways that we can actually experience those benefits quite easily. So talking about the safety then too. So again, you want to, very, very safe, no side effects with the oils if you're following them properly. You want to keep it out of mucous membranes, obviously eyes, ears, and nose. You can dilute it with a carrier oil. Like doTERRA has a really great one, which is called fractionated coconut oil. So your wish list, that's one you got to put on there. It is the best way to make your oils last longer. Fractionated means that, and most of us have coconut oil in our kitchen. It's a solid. Fractionated means the fat has been removed out of it. And so it's actually now in a liquid form. So it comes in a squirt bottle. It's really easy to use. I just have it in my kitchen with my oils. I take a little bit out in my hand. I put my oil or oils in there, rub on the bottoms of my feet, onto my boys, wherever I'm kind of using. It's just really simple to use. It's not greasy, doesn't smell like coconut oil. So that's a definite must-have for your order. But you want to make sure then too that you're actually following the directions. So you're going to see in the doTERRA catalog and on some of the oils this little key, if you will. And so if you look on the left, so saying application methods. So it's the 3 that we just talked about. So A means you can use it aromatically for the oil. T means topical, I means internally. And then you might also see these on the right-hand side. So N means that you can use the oil all by itself. Okay, stands for need. S means that if you might have people with sensitive skin or like your little kids and babies, that you might want to dilute it with a carrier oil. But again, I think for so many times you want to use the carrier oil, it doesn't make it less effective, but it means that you're going to use less of the oil because the carrier oil carries the oil. You're not going to just have the oil, rub the bottoms of your feet once, you go to the other one and the oil's all absorbed. And then D means that you definitely need to dilute it before you use it topically on the skin. Okay, so that just gives you a good indication as to what to do with those different types of oils. Now, before I actually, or pardon me, I should say, not before, after that I started using doTERRA oils, I was clueless. I didn't know about any other companies out there. People have told me, did you hear about this one? Did you hear about that? I'm like, nope, and I'm good. I'm really happy. But people have said to me, there are lots of essential oil companies out there, which I've now come to see and have said to me, why doTERRA? What makes doTERRA so special, and why would I want to actually be using those oils? So let's talk about that right now. So before we do that, I just want to go through the 4 grades of essential oils. So the first is synthetic. So those would be ones that you might have in like your shampoo, lavender shampoo. So it's just for the smell, okay? The second is in food. So you're going to use that for flavor and for the smell. So like clove, cinnamon, that kind of thing. The next is therapeutic. So that you might have in a massage oil. So they're not regulated for quality, but they're ones you would get at a health food store. Perfectly fine to put onto the skin. And the fourth is what doTERRA is. And that's certified pure therapeutic grade. And let's take a look at exactly what that means. So again, when I was talking about an earlier slide, the founders of doTERRA wanted to create a really high standard. So what certified pure therapeutic grade means is 3 things. One is that the plants, when they derive the oils from them, is actually in their natural habitat. Okay, so let's say, for example, I live in Alberta, Canada. Excuse me. So we have, actually we're getting an early spring here in March, but usually we still have snow, which we still have a little bit that's kind of still melting. But, once we have spring, I could probably grow lavender in my backyard. All right. You could grow it wherever you live. However, lavender grows best in France. Okay. So it's really taking it where that plant is supposed to be, which means you're going to get the best form of that. So that's number 1. Number 2, certified pure therapeutic grade also means that there's third-party testing to make sure that you are getting the purity of that. And they talk about it being beyond organic, meaning there's no pesticides, herbicides. There's nothing that's kind of within that, any extra fillers that goes into that oil. So you really are getting it in the purest form of that. So what that means again is that those certified pure therapeutic grade, which doTERRA essential oils are, is again natural, no artificial ingredients, no fragrances or fillers. Here's something kind of neat. So when you do get your doTERRA oils in, so let's say you take like peppermint or lavender. So we in my chiropractic office use essential oils. We always have. This is how I've used them the few times I have. A few of them in mixed in water in a spray bottle, and we use it to spray our chiropractic tables to disinfect and to clean them, and they smell really good. And so we had an old bottle of peppermint I got at, local grocery store, health food store. And then I had the doTERRA peppermint oil and I smelt them. And oh my gosh, what a difference. I smelled the doTERRA one, really fresh, very, very strong. It's that pure, pure potent oil. And then I smelt the one I used to have from the drugstore. And the drugstore one had, and I always explain this and it seems so funny when I say it, it smelled like glue. Like I could definitely smell the difference. I never would have known before unless I had the two side by side, but I could definitely smell the difference between the two. One was very, very faint smelling. I could smell that there was stuff in there. And the doTERRA oil was pure, lovely, refreshing, the way peppermint oil should be. Okay, so this is kind of halfway-ish through the webinar. So I want to hear from you. How's your energy? Do you need to stretch for a minute? Is there questions that have come up right now? I'm seeing there's some more people pop on the webinar. So yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat room. But is there any other questions that are coming up or that I can address right now? Because we're going to start diving deep into the essentials and we're going to kind of go pretty quickly through a lot of these. So I just want to kind of take a while just to stop and pause. So if you want to go ahead into the chat and just type, yeah, okay, thumbs up, or slow down, or speed up, or everything good, or any questions, I want you to take a moment to do that right now so I can kind of just get some good feedback. Because again, this is for you guys. I want to make sure I'm addressing this. Every single time before I teach a webinar, even if I've taught this before, which I have for many of them, I still go through every single note. I want to make sure that when I teach, that I'm as present as I possibly can, that you're getting everything that you would like to out of these webinars. But I got to hear from you so that if I know that's happening. So in the chat, I want you to put thumbs up, okay, not okay, great pace, whatever you want to, but go ahead and put in that right now. Don't be shy. You did it before. Yeah, Kaylee's getting started. She says, okay. Colon smiley face. Thank you, Kaylee. So yeah, let me know then, guys, how you're experiencing. Tammy's saying, okay, I'm gonna wait for one more response and then we will go forward. Because again, remember, it's like I'm talking to a microphone in my basement with my Apple desktop and my laptop here with notes. And I don't see you. And so the only way I kind of know is to make sure that I can get from you. So I understand good information. Cool. Allison says, okay. All right. So we're going to keep moving forward then, ladies. You guys are doing awesome so far. So we're going to start first with, I'm going to share with you the top 10 basic essential oils that I feel that every home should have. I'm going to show you how to actually use them. Daily Regine, Sissy, yeah, just remind me afterwards and I'll send you the link to the Mom at 41 episode as well then too, okay? So you'll get all that. Plus, we're going to go through the 4 doTERRA mood oils that are used for energy, to calm, relax, and balance the body right after we go through those first 10. So here we go. We're going to jump right in. Lemon essential oil is the #1 best-selling doTERRA essential oil. And actually, too, to let you ladies know, then this is a great time to either like write stuff down. You've got your wish list if you have it printed out. If you have it on your screen, check stuff off, put numbers in there. But this is a good time to start then going through the oils that you would like to get before the end of the class then, or by the end of the class then shortly. And and the reason why I mention this too is doTERRA has a lot of kits, which include many of these oils. So yes, you can order one here, one there, but the starter kits include a lot of them and they save you a ton of money then too. Okay, so make sure to kind of, check stuff off on your list, write it down so you can kind of keep track of that. So lemon is used to clean and freshen. You can put some, actually what I had then too with my immune system a little bit challenged for the last 2 days is right before I had the webinar, I took boiling water and put a teaspoon of honey, 2 drops of lemon, 2 of On Guard, which we're going to talk about shortly, used for immune support, and to really just kind of soothe and hopefully make sure that my body doesn't start coughing in the middle of the webinar. If I go quiet for a moment, you know why? I may be coughing or grabbing some water. You can diffuse it in your room to kind of clear the odors, elevate mood. I love it diffused with peppermint. And you can actually use it in a lot of cleaning. One of the first oils that I started using as a daily regime was lemon. And I put a drop or two in my water, and that's part of my ritual every single morning when I get up. I'll put a drop or two, and you have to put it in a glass, by the way. The reason you don't put it in plastic is that the oils are that strong. They will actually break down, create dioxins in the water that break down the plastic, and we don't want to put that inside our body. It's definitely not healthy. So I'll do that and have 2 glasses with that, and it's a great way to kind of cleanse and to detox and start the day. Peppermint is a cooling, a refreshing oil. You can put it in water. You can take a few drops if your energy is kind of low and just rub them together, inhale that. And man, who needs caffeine? I still like coffee, but it'll definitely wake you up. You can put the bottoms of your feet as well then too. So peppermint is just a lovely, lovely oil. Melaleuca is a first aid oil. So it's tea tree. I know it's not as sexy smelling as some of the other ones that we're going to talk about, but it's a really basic one. It's great for immune support, for putting over cuts and scrapes. Those are kind of the main ways that I use it. And you can also take Melaleuca internally. Now, here's something else to add to your wish list. doTERRA has a product which is called a veggie cap or veggie capsule. It's just like you would think. It's those clear capsules that you'll see supplements are kind of made of, right? And so you get in a bottle, I think it's like $4.24. It's cheap. You get 160. And this is the way you can put the oils in the capsules and you don't have to taste them. Okay, Melaleuca tea tree oil tastes awful. Oregano we're going to talk about taste awful. Okay, they're great for immune support, but wouldn't it be cool to actually take them so you don't have to taste how disgusting that they are? And so you literally open up the capsule. If you'd like to message me at the end, or you can email me, it's drkaren@mom41.com. The reminder email's coming up. That's the same email. You can just reply back to one of those. And I'll send you the video. I made a 1-minute video of how to do the capsules because I got tired of people saying oh, it's so hard and how do I do it? I just went, screw it. I made this video. I think I looked like crap. The lighting was awful. Don't care. I'm just going to show you how simple it is. And so when I need to take it internally, this is what I do is with the veggie capsules. So definitely add that to your list. Oregano, just what I was talking about. Actually, I would love to see in the chat, have any of you actually taken oregano oil before? Dropped it in your mouth, put it in water under your tongue, and let me know in the chat how that tasted. Okay, maybe there's some of you that you love the taste, and that's fine. There's no judgment here. But for the most part, oregano is it's disgusting. It's like taking an herb or something. It's really gross. So, but very, very powerful for immune support. You can also apply it topically, but you definitely see the red D. You want to dilute that. Okay, oregano is a hot oil, and so you want to actually put that with your fractionated coconut oil or other carrier oil, and you can put that on the bottoms of your feet. Frankincense, one of my favorite oils. Frankincense is considered the king of all oils. Sissy's saying, yes, it's hot. Kelly, I've ever used it. Yeah, much better in veggie capsule oregano for sure. Donna said nasty. Yes, it is. Totally is, Donna. I agree. So back to frankincense. So it's considered the king of all oils. People will say, when in doubt, use frankincense because it is so versatile we're talking about immune support. Definitely that with frankincense. Absolutely for uplifting mood. It can be used actually on skin. Some of doTERRA's skincare lines, the Virage line has frankincense in it. It can be used to help with minor cuts and scrapes. So, just frankincense is a lovely, lovely one. I love it diffused as well too. Deep Blue is for sore muscles and joints. So you can actually put it right onto sore joints. You can rub it into muscles before and after workouts, and you can actually bring it with you to your massage. So if you want to use it as a carrier oil or to drop it into the oil, and they can actually use it during your massage. Deep Blue too, by the way, comes in a rollerball format, so kind of a neat one to bring to the gym, or in a tube. And so it's kind of it's called Deep Blue Rub, a little bit easier to use than just in the essential oil. So there's other options for that as well. Breathe is probably my top 3, it's a top 3 favorite oils. So really helpful for respiratory support. And so it has a blend of peppermint, wintergreen, really refreshing oils. You can actually take a few drops of that, rub it in your hands, rub it right into your chest if you need to kind of open up those airways, bottoms of the feet for sure. Right now, as I'm teaching, I'm diffusing it right now to kind of help my immune system that's a little bit challenged. You can even put it in humidifier. You can put it into the tub at night. and smells incredible. So love, love, breathe. That's one that's used very, very often in my home. DigestZen. So as the name suggests, for digestive support. So you can do a couple different things. You can actually drop this right into water. So it has fennel in it, so it tastes like licorice. And I found, I was explaining this way, people will often, they're either in they love it camp when it comes to licorice taste, or they hate it. There's like no one in between. I think it tastes great. Some people don't like it. That's totally fine. You can put it into the veggie capsule and take it that way. DigestZen also comes in a gel capsule, so they're already kind of there in a bottle for you. But you can actually take it internally, either before or after eating. You can put it bottoms of the feet if you know people are feeling kind of bloated and gassy and digestive challenges, or you can actually rub it right onto stomach. And so you can either just a couple drops of the oil, or you can mix it with your carrier oil and rub it directly onto there. So those are those 10. And you know what, too? I just realized there's one missing, which is On Guard. I'm sorry, I don't have the picture for this, but On Guard is used for immune support. There's a whole line of cleaning products for On Guard. You can take it internally. You can, again, rub it onto the bottoms of your feet. You can diffuse it. If you've got kids coming home sick from daycare and school, definitely that's a great one to diffuse. And it has wild orange in it, cloves, cinnamon. So it's got a really lovely warm scent to it. So let's go through then into the 4 mood oils, why a lot of you wanted to be here tonight. And so let's just jump right in. So there are 4 with doTERRA, with the first one being Balance. Okay, so Balance, like obviously the name of it denotes, it's going to help you to feel balanced. It's going to help to ground you. So it's a really warm, woodsy scent to it. It's lovely. I really like Balance quite a lot. Creates a sense of calm, balance, well-being. You can diffuse Balance. Here's one of the best ways I love to use Balance. And again, carrier oil is great, but what if you're just kind of like out doing things and you don't want to have to grab your carrier oil? So I just take a drop or 2, I rub my hands together, I'll kind of rub it into my upper back, into my neck, and I'll inhale it a few times. And I literally feel grounded. I feel like my feet are kind of more glued into the ground. I know it sounds really crazy. You can put a few drops on your steering wheel. But Balance was one of the first ones that I really did experience that physically grounded. I was doing it when I was first started with doTERRA, and I was watching some training videos, and then I was ironing my shirt up in my room before going to my office in the afternoon. And I just used Balance, and it was probably my 2nd, 3rd, 4th time. I really liked it. And I remember seeing on one of the training videos, someone saying that Balance literally helps them, they feel grounded, like they physically feel their feet, as I said before, kind of glued into the ground. And I thought, okay, that sounds really cool. That's a great story, but I don't really know about that. And then I'm ironing my shirt, and I suddenly had that sensation. It was crazy. I went, oh my God, I know exactly what she's talking about. And every single time I use Balance now, within like a minute, I have that sensation. So I love, love, love Balance. This is something I just want to share with you about Balance that was done when they took a look at a live blood cell analysis. Okay, so what that means is they're going to prick the finger, they're going to take that blood, put it under glass, put it under a microscope, and actually see it live, versus if you had blood drawn in the lab and it's sitting there for a while, you know, the blood is, I'm say dead, that's not a good way of explaining it, but you're not seeing it in that present time, right? So on the right-hand side is what a healthy blood cell should actually look like under a microscope. So do you see how there's nice round cells, there's space in between? There's actually a video of this. Sometimes video on a webinar, you know, tends to not work occasionally. So, but if you just go and Google Balance doTERRA, or ask me for the clip and I'll send that to you. But you can actually see the cells moving around in the video format. So, and the one we see before is what this gentleman looked like before they used Balance. So his blood cells, you can see, are long, they're stuck together, they don't move very well. Okay, they put Balance, they put a drop of Balance on the bottoms of his feet, and within, it's saying 30 seconds. I've seen in some other things it was like 2 minutes, but 30 seconds, 2 minutes, who cares, right? Look how quickly that it actually changed the physiology of his body. I used to think, when I started to learn about essential oils, and before I actually even knew much, that it was really just down to like, these oils smell good, so therefore I feel good. It's way beyond that. This does change how our body actually operates from the inside out, so the physiology. So I love showing this because it's so cool how this actually changes the body. And again, it shows you too why there's such significant results with that. So the next of the 4 mood oils is Serenity. So this is a lavender blend. It helps to really to calm, to decrease that anxiousness. People feel just very peaceful, less stress. You can apply it to the bottoms of your feet before bed, drop it in the tub, drop it in the diffuser. Great for kind of like a baby or a child is having a hard time sleeping. Serenity is just lovely for that. And then we're going to take a look at two. So we talked about the first two, balance and serenity, that are more calming oils. And these next two are more uplifting. Okay, so Citrus Bliss, a blend of different citrus, as you can see there from the slide. To me, it smells like creamsicle. I love the smell of it. Diffused is great. It's really going to help to elevate your mood, feel less stress. Some people will put on their wrists, like basically use it as a perfume or a fragrance. You can put a couple drops into the dryer to make your clothes smell wonderful, fresh. So Citrus Bliss is just it's a real favorite oil that a lot of people love quite a bit. And then the next is Elevation. It's considered the joyful blend. So you can see all the list of them: lavender, Melissa Lang Lang, tangerine, lemon. It's a really elevating one. It increases your energy. People will take Elevation if they're kind of feeling down and/or they need to kind of uplift that energy or feel more peaceful. I love taking a couple drops and rub it right over heart. Okay. And then after you've rubbed it into your skin, use every little bit of that oil. And then you can take a few, deep breaths of that into your hand at the same time then too. Some people will diffuse this before, if this is maybe real to you, if you're a mom, before everyone wakes up and the kids wake up, just to create a little bit more of a positive, just a little bit, a positive, uplifting kind of mood, if you will, before everyone awakes, so that we all start the day off right as a family. So we kind of went, I know, fast and furious through all these oils. Any questions that have come up then too, by all means, go into the chat. You can put them right in. I love kind of just still interacting with questions throughout. So don't feel like you have to hold back at all. And then let's go into then, again, I'm going to show you actually how to get these oils into your home. But before we do, here's the thing. When a lot of people kind of start using the oils, whether they're using them on their own or they're starting to share with friends, they inevitably do want to share. You know what it's like when you have something really amazing in your life and you want to share, right? We've watched, like a movie, and it's like, oh, you got to see this movie. You got to go to this new restaurant. You got to check out this podcast. Well, when it comes to health, I think even more so, isn't it? More so important that we want to actually share this. And so, again, as you're kind of going through the information tonight, if there are those of you who'd like to learn more about how to do this, how to maybe help pay for your oils each month, how to supplement your income, or for some that really want to put the time in to know how to replace their income, please send me an email or put in the chat or private message me, say like on Facebook, and we'll chat about seeing if you would be a fit for my team as well then too. And it can be as little as just, 2, 3, 4 hours a week for something like this. Tammy's question is, Donna, that's okay. You have to go. That's all right. You're going to get the recorded replay so you can kind of catch up as well then too. Tammy's saying, can lemon oil replace or earn equal benefits of drinking fresh lemon? Totally. Yep. No messy seeds. And you know what too, Tammy? It'll be the best tasting lemon you have ever had. Because you're getting the essence of that lemon, right? And so it is way, way better than squeezing a lemon. And easier as well then too. Easy to travel with that way. All right, so let's go. And this is, again, to me, this is the best part of how you can actually get doTERRA oils into your home. Okay, so two ways. One is retail and the second is wholesale. So the wholesale, think of it as like a Costco membership. It's $35 for the year. We're going to see a lot of the kits actually include this, so you didn't have to pay any extra charge for that. But I really tell people that, you know what, you got to do wholesale, and it makes the most sense, and I'll show you why. Wholesale or wellness advocate means you're going to get 25% off the retail price. Okay, so that means that for most people from the very first order, they're saving money. You also get anywhere from 10 to 30% back in what's called PV, or product points, for future doTERRA purchases. Okay, so in the first 3 months, it starts at 10% back. So think of it kind of almost as, I had someone explain this today, like a frequent flyer points. Okay, so frequent flyer stuff. So within the first 3 months, you get 10% back in those frequent flyer or PV points you can use for future products. And it's going to increase by 5% every 3 months until once you've been ordering from doTERRA for 13 months or more, you're getting 30% back. So what that means is if you say spent, and a point is about $1. So let's say if I had 100 PV order, $100 essentially, I get $30 back to use in free products. In addition, I'm getting 25% off. And so that's really like a 55% discount. So the benefits you have with wholesale membership is incredible. With a wholesale membership, it also allows you to sponsor other wellness advocates. So if you're sharing, it means you actually will get commissions as well. You'll be able to take part in special promotions and product of the month as well then too. So Billy's saying, can someone take medicine that prevents us eating grapefruit using essential oil and water topically? Billy, you know what? I had this question recently, and this is a great one. The answer to that is when it's in the essential oil, and please email me afterwards and I'll find you the reference. But when it's in the essential oil, and you're probably talking about with high blood pressure or cholesterol meds, people have been told don't take grapefruit. When it's in the essential oil, it's different, and it doesn't have that contraindication, similar to if you were eating the grapefruit. So the answer is no, but send me a private message or email and I'll get you the link for that, okay? The kit I recommend the most, Callie, is the Home Essentials kit, which we're going to go into these right now. So this was actually a really cool segue. So yeah, the best way to get started is one of doTERRA's starter kits. To me, again, it's a no-brainer. You save the most money. Do not make the mistake that I did. I did this totally backwards. Okay, so this is why I recommend it's people that they've still gone and they've gotten the oils on their own, and that's totally fine. Look, you do what you think is best. If for some people they want to get 3 oils, they don't want to do a kit, cool. Whatever is your starting point is your starting point. But often they'll come back and they'll go, "Oh, I should have got the kit first." And then I don't want to say yes, but kind of like, well, yes, it's okay. We can still they can keep going from there, but I want you to make sure you do it right the first time. So kit option number 1 is the Family Physician Kit. So you get 5 ml bottles of all the first 10 oils that we talked about. So lemon, lavender, peppermint, Breathe, On Guard, Digestin, Oregano, Melaleuca, Deep Blue Frankincense. And you get one which is called Slim and Sassy, and that's a metabolic blend to increase energy. It's used with their weight loss program. It also includes the Wellness Advocate fee, and that's all for $159. Okay, so this one, I think the savings with this one is like about $30 or $40 from the get-go. Okay, now if you're to add in the 4 mood oils as well, which you certainly could do, so that would then make it $259. Because I know obviously for a lot of you, you're wanting to know about the mood oils, you want to use those, so you could get the kit plus the 4 mood oils, and that would be for $259. Now we'll take a look at the PV points. I'll tell you why in an upcoming slide as to why I'm putting those there, but that's the product value one, and we'll see why that's clear in just a few slides. The next kit, which I think again is my favorite one, so coming back to Callie's question, the Home Essential I think is one of my favorite, pardon me, if not the next one, which we're going to talk about, which is the Natural Solutions. But the Home Essentials, here's the difference. Same 10 oils that we talked about before, okay, but you're getting it in the full 15 ml size. In the Family Physician Kit, it's in a 5 ml. So obviously you're going to go through it faster than the Family Physician Kit. The Home Essentials, it's going to last much longer. You get the Petal Diffuser, which is one of my favorite diffusers, and it includes your Wellness Advocate fee. Okay, and so for that kit is $291, and that's 238 PV points, and you save close to $90. Okay, so this is where a lot of people start. They love this one. The third option is Natural Solutions Kit. So it's hard for me to put this in the slide because there's so much stuff. You can see it more in the picture, but you get those. So you get 20 oils. Okay, this 10 we talked about. And 3 of those 4 mood oils. So you can get with that Serenity, Citrus Bliss, and also Balance. You get 3 of the 4. You get the Aromalight Diffuser, which is actually, I love the petals I mentioned. Right now I'm diffusing the Aromalight. I love this one. It's really small and compact, great to travel with. You're going to get the On Guard Foaming Hand Wash. So great one to have in your bathroom. You're going to get the Deep Blue Rub, Fractionated Coconut Oil. You've got 3 of the roller balls. You get the Lifelong Vitality, which is the supplements, a box to hold all of your oils, the On Guard toothpaste. You get a ton of stuff in this kit. And so for this kit with all of that is $583, and that's 424 PV points. Kelly said, do I use Clary, Calm, or Whisper? I haven't tried either actually yet, Kelly, but they're definitely on my wish list for my next LRP or my monthly order. But women I know that have used either love them. So I hope that answers your question for you. So let's talk about some bonuses I'm going to give you then tonight for kits that you do order. So the first one is for the first 3 people that place an order of a kit, and that's any of the 3 that I've actually mentioned. I'm actually going to mail you these things. So this is a 5 ml bottle of Wild Orange, great in water. It's actually very much an uplifting mood one as well too. I'm going to send you this mini book of the Modern Essentials, which is a great guide for taking a look at how all your oils can be used in an A to Z reference. And this is one of my do-it-yourself peppermint wild orange lip balms that I actually made. So I'm going to send you that as the first bonus for the first 3 people that actually order a kit. Kelly, see the difference between the petal and the Aroma Light. The petal diffuser, Kelly, will diffuse about 330 square feet. The Aroma Light is 500. The petal diffuser goes for an hour, 2 hours, and 4 hours, whereas the Aroma Light goes for 4 and 8 hours. Okay, the Aroma Light's a little bit more compact. I think, again, easier to travel with. And you can actually do different, so you can diffuse it to be high, medium, or low. So the Aroma Light's a little bit more sophisticated, if you will. They're both really easy to clean. They're both great ones. The petal, like by itself, is 50. The Aroma Light is I think it's 94.50. But honestly, I love the Aroma Light. It's a great one. The petal I have in my boys' rooms at night. Okay, so that was bonus number 1. Bonus number 2 is with any order, you're going to actually get a 30 to 60 minute in-person. Oh my gosh, look at my typo. A 30 to 60 minute in-person, either Skype or in-person wellness consultation with me. I can't tell you how many people that I chat with on or offline that have either gotten products or they're wellness advocate for doTERRA that don't know how to use their oils and do not have support. Okay, I'm not going to make any judgment about it, but to me, this is not okay. I don't want you to order tonight and never use your oils again. Okay, the purpose of the wellness consultation is to sit down together. We can either do it in video or, again, if you live locally, in person, and go through. Let's show you how to use all your oils. Let's talk about all the benefits. Let's see, are there any other wellness concerns that I can help you address? I want to answer all of your questions. I want to show you how to use your account online and support with me anyone that either joins my team to simply order products or wants to start sharing as well. Then too, that is ongoing support with email, newsletter I send out twice a week, for my Facebook page, classes. So you're welcome for the answer, Kelly. My pleasure. But I find that this is so key. And I'm shocked and a little disappointed when I do hear from some people that they don't have this kind of support. So I hate to say it, but this is unfortunately something that's pretty unique, that I do offer this to have that follow-up, because for most people, they order a kit, they get it, they're super excited, and then they'll say, I don't know how to use this, and they feel very intimidated. Okay, so this is a really important bonus to have. And the third bonus is doTERRA's March promotion, which is called Dive into Deep Blue. This is why I wanted to show you the PV points, okay? With a minimum order of 200 PV points, so the Home Essentials kit, the second kit, the third kit, the Natural Solutions will get you there. Or if you do the Family Physician plus the 4 mood oils, you'll get this for free. Okay, so you'll get a tube of Deep Blue Rub and an additional Deep Blue essential oil. Okay, so that's a normal retail value of $81. So that's very cool. So 2 of the 3 bonuses everyone will get with a kit, and then the third one you'll get if you were to get kit number 2, the Home Essentials, or kit number 3, which is the Natural Solutions. Okay, so I'm going to show you then how to actually do your order online. This is another thing that I find for some people a little bit of a challenge. I always kind of say that, like, it's not rocket science. However, there are kind of a few twists and turns along the way that could happen. So 2 things. You can either click on the yellow button that I just popped up that says sign up today. So it says get your doTERRA kit. It's on the bottom right-hand corner. It says I'm going to place my doTERRA order today, and you're going to click on the big yellow button that says sign up today. Okay, so you're going to click on that. If you want to, you could open up a new browser window, do your order, and you can follow along as we do this. Alternatively, you can just go to mom41.com/doTERRA, and that'll take you to the same place. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like. So whether you click on the yellow button or you go to mom41.com/doTERRA, it's going to bring you to this page. Okay. What you want to do, you see the big purple arrow at the top right-hand corner, which says join. You want to click on that. Do not click on the shop button. That will bring you to retail and you'll pay 25% more. Okay. So you want to click on join. It'll then bring you to this screen, which you're going to select your language and your country. Okay. So for me, it would be English in Canada. You're going to then click on the blue continue button. And then you want to select wholesale prices. Now it should automatically, when you go to this page, it's going to have this defaultly with the wholesale prices kind of already selected. But if not, see the big purple arrow, you're going to select wholesale prices and you're going to click on continue. So the yellow button at the bottom right. And then you can enter in your personal information. So your name, your address, your phone number, your email, birth date, all that kind of stuff. You're going to select a password. You're going to select your time zone, and then you're going to click on agree at the bottom and then continue. And it's going to bring you to this very last page. So you're going to do one of two things. You're going to either the big kind of fat purple arrow up at the top of the screen, you're going to select your kid. So you're going to see the kind of scroll buttons on either side, arrow going to the left, one to the right. You're going to see it's going to bring you right into this first. So you can either select, let's say if you want the family physician kit, you can click on the add to cart, okay, and that'll get you started. The home essentials, which is next to it, you're going to click add to cart, natural solutions. And there's other kits as well than two ladies. So there's a diamond kit. There's an every oil. For those that are really want to do this as a business, those are the kind of ones that you want to order. It gives you the most savings. So you're going to select your kit, or you can as well too order the products separately. Okay. Or as I mentioned before, you could say, hey, I want to get the home essential kit or the family physician kit, but I want to add in those 4 mood oils. Okay. So here's how you would do that. Whether you're doing a kit and adding in separate products, maybe you want to add like the fractionated coconut oil or the veggie capsules, or whether you're just wanting to order products separately, the thinner arrow, purple arrow at the bottom left, you're going to type in where it says enter additional item number or product name. You're going to type that in. Okay, so maybe I'm going to type in elevation. It's going to pop up and you're going to select that and it'll add it to your cart. Then you're going to select your next one. Maybe it's Serenity. It's going to pop up and you're going to add that to cart. Okay, so you can do it separately that way. Or again, to add oils or products, you could also put in fractionated coconut oil, and you can select that and actually add that to cart. Okay, you're going to then the arrow on the right hand side, the thinner, smaller one, you're going to click on the share program, and that'll actually allow you to get more points for free products. So I recommend everyone does that. And then what I don't have at the bottom is basically just then your credit card information, your ship address, and then you click on the order button and you're good to go. So it's pretty simple from there. Now, if it's still confusing for you, let me know. I have a video as well then too, which actually takes you through those same steps. So it's exactly what I just did, but you're actually seeing it live then on the video. Okay, so if not, you can go through that. But basically you follow through those steps and it's really, really that simple. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to place your orders, throw up any more questions. Please put that into the chat so I can make sure to answer those for you really, really well. If you're still maybe confused, you get to a certain point, you're kind of stuck. I'm really here to guide you. I really do. I'm very, very passionate about being able to share this with you. I really do feel that you'll receive amazing benefits by incorporating essential oils into your daily life for you and your family. And that's why I'm so passionate about teaching this, why I'm teaching a class to 2 each week to get this message out there. Why even though when I kind of halfway through the day went, oh crap, I have a fever. Oh crap, I'm totally run down. As you can hear my voice towards the end, that's kind of cracking and, really kind of pushing my voice to be able to teach this to you tonight. I'm doing this because I care enough, because I know how significantly these oils can make a difference in your life. And believe me, this came from me that did not feel that this was even possible. So I really, really am excited to share this with you. Question from Tammy. She's saying, can digestion actually help with digesting food, or is it for the effects of poor digestion? That's a really cool question. I would say to answer that, Tammy, it's not going to work like a digestive enzyme. So doTERRA has a great supplement, which is called Terrazyme. So that would be used more for digesting food, right? So that if your body doesn't have the proper enzymes or the foods in it that you're consuming, then a digestive enzyme is going to make sure that you get the most out of your food. Okay, so I would say that would really be more for every day. So I'd say, yeah, it's going to be more for occasional effects of just poor digestion, right? So occasionally feeling bloated or nauseous or stomach upset, I would really use Digestin for that. As opposed to on a daily basis, unless a daily basis that was happening, in which case I would sit down our wellness consult and see what else is happening in life with nutrition and stress level and all that kind of stuff. Again, just to get to that root cause. So good question. Terrazyme I would use as a daily digestive enzyme. either right before, during, or right after you eat. And digestion is going to be only when you have that occasional digestive upset, like you mentioned before. So Allison, I hope this is okay. Like some of you, it says private in there, but it just kind of looks to me like these are questions that are maybe okay. But you're just saying family member got you interested, or before I knew you got freebies first the 15th. Oh yeah. So what Allison's talking about is once you place your next order, this initial order you're placing on is called your enrollment order. And then after that is called the LRP, the Loyalty Rewards Program, or your monthly order. And when you place that order on or before the 15th of the month, and you place a minimum of 125 PV order, you get the product of the month for free. And so, for example, this product I got for free this month was Wild Orange Essential Oil. Alison, she got the Modern Essentials book, which is great. I'd like to learn how to use the oils. She's helped me some. Okay. I'm just not certain what your question is, Allison. So if you want to let me know, I'm sorry that you weren't told how everything works. I unfortunately, I get these comments again and again and again and again. And, I guess, I don't know. That's just me. I guess I just feel like I don't want people to make the same mistakes that I did. So again, I kind of did it backwards and goofy. So I want to just save you some time and energy, and most importantly, money. So you get the most out of your oils and save money with some of the great starter kits. But I know a lot of people then too that have told me they've been using stuff for a while and no one's given them any kind of support. So I'm sorry for that. But I would certainly go back to the family member that actually got you interested and that, enrolled you with doTERRA, and to go back to them. Or if not, they should have some great people within their team, their upline, that should be able to give you some resources and some good hints. So I hope that helps, Allison. But if not, throw up your question again on the chat and we can kind of go from there. So I'm going to stand for a few more minutes and answer questions. By the way, those are my two boys. You didn't get to see them all that well in the picture before, but it's actually from maybe 6 months ago. That's Kai and my big boy Tyson. I love that picture of them. They're so cute. So more questions. I'm going to stay here until my voice is still okay. So hopefully for a few minutes longer. But by all means, anything other questions that you have, please put that into the chat. And I'll just give it a few more minutes. And again, too, if there's something that didn't get addressed, you want to talk about something privately, you can email me, which is Dr. Karen, DrKaren @mom41.com. If you want to go to the Facebook page, you can private message me there then too. But yeah, I do want to make sure I get your questions answered and all your concerns as well then too. And, for everyone then too, thank you so much for being here. This has been fun. I'm still so thankful to be speaking to you tonight, even with losing my voice. But you've already registered for my Essential Oils newsletter when you registered for this webinar. So we'll definitely stay in touch that way. And that comes out twice a week. You can stay tuned for more great essential oil classes. I have some in-person ones coming up with a guest speaker. Dr. Tanya Maximoff is coming up from New Jersey. So for those who are local, you can actually come to see her speak. She's teaching 3 amazing classes. And just to be able to learn more about becoming a healer in your own home. There's a lot to learn about essential oils. It can be very overwhelming. Everybody feels this way. But I really feel like I want to be able to really guide you through that and to help you really get the most out of your essential oils. I'll let you know then too in the newsletter about the new weekly Mom 41 essential oil tips episodes that come out each Saturday, and essential oil tip of the week as well then too. Allison's saying, I'd like to see some more of your informational videos if possible. Do you mean, Allison, like these webinars? I have a YouTube channel that you can go to. So if you want to email me, and I'll put that up then too. Or actually, when you get the recorded replay of this, which will be sent out in about 3 hours after we finish this recording, you'll get the recorded replay, and then it actually brings you right to the YouTube channel as well then too. So Tammy thinks, oh, you're welcome, Tammy. My pleasure, my pleasure. Kaylee's saying, have you ever had someone who was very sensitive to smells that couldn't use any of the oils? No, I haven't. I've had actually my mother, who doesn't have a good sense of smell. She's 76 this year. She didn't tell me until after she got the oils in that, and she didn't realize how her sense of smell has really gone downhill, because I'm Skyping with her. She lives not where I live. And I'm Skyping with her, and she's literally holding the peppermint bottle. Like she might as well be snorting it. And she's taking the biggest inhale, which would normally like make someone's eyes water because it's so potent and pure and strong. And she's like, I can smell it faintly. And I'm going, oh my God, Mom, what's happened with your smell? So what I did find out is that even if her brain isn't perceiving the smell of it, the physiological effect is still happening from the oil. So I know if someone has a poor sense of smell, they're still going to get the benefits of the oil. And for some people, that sense of smell has actually been enhanced since they started using essential oils. But as far as if they're really sensitive, you know what, Kaylee, I would just do is then just don't use it aromatically. They could take the oils that they could internally instead, or they could put it topically on their skin and just put it on the bottoms of their feet, right? So not going to really even smell it that way. So that would be a great way around that. Alison saying thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. You know, I mean, honestly, I truly hope you take the opportunity of today's class and jump in and actually place your first order. I and my team will be here to provide you with ongoing support in your essential oil journey, to answer your questions, provide you with information that you might require, give you some great ideas. I've done some awesome podcast episodes on DIY stuff. I did a coconut salt scrub, lip balm. I'm going to be doing one on body butters. So lots of stuff that you can use essential oils for other things. And also to give you lots of tips and resources on how to start incorporating essential oils into your everyday life, to not just be healthy and well, but really to help to balance moods. So I will be leaving because I'm getting ready to cough soon. So I hope everyone's all right with me kind of taking off. Sissy, Kelly, you are so welcome. My pleasure, ladies. But any other questions, again, email me, drkaren@mom41.com. Get your orders in tonight. Those first 3 people will get the first bonus of some of those cool things from me. And we'll make sure we get you those other bonuses as well. We sit down and do your wellness consult after your order so we can get you going and you use your oils. So thank you so much again. You guys have been awesome tonight. Have a great evening, and I will connect with you again soon.